Hi.
Yeah, Kumari.
थोड़ा एसी कम कर सर, बाल में ठंड लग
Shall we start? Is everyone here?
Start किया जाए या कुछ करना है? Start किया जाए ना? Yeah, please start.
कैमरा ऐसे करिए, सेंटर में सब आना।
वो बीच बीच में वो ऑटोमेटिकली सर वॉइस से है, ऑटोमेटिकली सेंस का जो बोलेगा उसकी तरफ है।
तो बंद ऑफ, सब लोग ऑफ कर लीजिए फिर। हाँ,
Yeah, please start.
Yeah. So hi. So I have with me my colleague Ankush, just in case some help needed in translation. I'm going to share my screen. My screen visible?
Yeah.
So I'll just start with a brief overview of what is the objective of having this dashboard. So the idea is to receive and monitor the project progress in a single window for the ministry, and to have up-to-date and verified information from the source itself, wherein the DICs would verify the informations that they are sharing with MHRD at this portal itself, and to receive information in a uniform manner, and to avoid duplicacy of data when in multiple years or multiple quarters when you are sharing data, so you don't really share the same data, and to avoid such duplicate records. Then of course to have detailed information of all the outcomes, which include the projects each DICs are working on, the startups, information on startups, courses conducted across the years. Okay, so the idea is to have all of this information in one place, and this can be monitored across all DICs. So there are two different types of account user types. So I'm showing you the hierarchy of how the portal portal will look. So there is a am I audible? Is there any issue?
Yes, you are audible. Yeah, you are audible.
Okay, so first we have the MOE admin user who will have data from all DICs, and then with respect to the DIC's perspective, each DIC will have an admin user account who will be the coordinator, and then DICs can have as many data entry users as you want. So you can add multiple users who would enter the data, but all this data has to be approved by the admin user before it is visible to the MHRD's view in their account. So there are two main data user access categories in terms of the rights of the user. So this is the data admin and data entry user for DIC hubs and for spokes as well. There are two different sections which you will see in the portal. One is the documents, document upload, which you've been sharing by email, which includes the financial progress, physical progress, annual reports, and utilization certificates. Next section, main section of data upload requirement would be information panel, which includes courses, workshops, projects, startups, patents applied by the DIC, and the names of people involved in all of these, and allied information. So I'm just going to take you to the UI preview of the panel. My screen visible?
Yes.
Okay, so this would be the landing page where you log in and you have some information about the portal. Okay, so we'll start with the document section with the financial progress. So in the menus, you can see, like I explained, you have the documents panel where we have this four main documents which we have to share to the ministry, and the information panel where the courses, projects, etc. So in the financial progress, what you see is first we have the recurring information by financial year. So you can update on screen, type and enter on screen what is the information. So this is the same template which you're sharing over the Word template tables for the financial progress. This will be done over the UI on screen.
कुमारी,
Yes.
just wait for me. जो वो बता रही हैं मैं आपको उसके साथ एक्सप्लेन भी करता जाऊंगी, बिकॉज आईसीसी इन बेंगलोर के साथ हम लोगों ने मिलके ये डेवलप किया है। तो आपका स्पोक्स का यहाँ रोल इम्पोर्टेंट है, बिकॉज जो वो बता रही हैं वो एज ए डीआईसी हब सेंटर की बात है, स्पोक्स की बात है। पर ये जो हम प्रेजेंटेशन, जो मेन ऑब्जेक्टिव यही है इसका है कि आप लोग अवेयर हो जाए। ये आपका भी इसमें इनपुट रहेगा। इससे पहले हमने कई सेशन कर रखा ऑलरेडी, 1-to-1 सेशन भी है, प्लस स्पोक्स और कई डीआईसी हब को भी हमने इनवाइट करके इस सेशन में डिस्कस। तो जैसे अभी ये फर्स्ट पेज है, जैसे उन्होंने बताया कि हम ईयर वाइज डेटा डाल रहे हैं। ये उसी तरह का डेटा है जो डेटा नॉर्मली मिनिस्ट्री मांगती है आप लोग से, कि ईयर वाइज बताइए कितना यूटिलाइज हुआ है, प्रीवियस कितना। तो वो चीज़ है, और अप्रूवल जो पीएफएस चलता है सेम वही प्रेजेंट है। Kamari, you can continue, and meanwhile, I'll just give an explanation if you required.
Okay, sure. Yeah. So in the financial progress table, as a new year comes, the year would automatically be here. Okay, and you can also see the past records here. I'll explain a main workflow here in terms of the two user types. There is a DIC admin user who will be the coordinator, and there will be data entry users who will be assisting you in entering the data to the DIC coordinator. So if a DIC user, data entry user has entered the data, the admin user can view this and approve or request the person who entered the data to resubmit. Okay. And what you see as ministry MOE status is, once this information is viewed by the ministry and approved, you will not be able to edit it. So you will see the states of that for the previous years, like 1920 approved. So you will not be able to go back and edit the data of the past. Okay. So once you have approved at the DIC level. Before the approval state from the ministry, there is provision to edit this information. But after the approval has been done, you cannot further edit this information. So this approve and resubmit will appear in all pages. So please pay attention to this workflow, which is common to all. Then, so this is the view of how you can.
Kumari, you can continue, no problem.
Yeah, please
Yeah.
continue.
So this is how you can type and enter on screen, and you can choose whether it is a provisional UC or audited UC. There are only two options, and save it. So once saved, the approved resubmit status will come, and once approved, this will be shown as approved. Next is you can go and choose non-recurring, and the same table will appear but for the non-recurring data, and you can also choose which financial year. Similarly, you can enter this data and the process is the same. So this you'll see a status message. If you click approve, the files cannot be edited. There is an option to cancel and go back even at this stage. Now, if the DIC admin would like to verify who has entered this data, like you can add multiple users as data entry users. When you click this I information icon, you can see who entered that corresponding data, and if you would like to contact that person and verify, and the date. Then you can select multiple of these things and download it. So these are the additional options for downloading as PDF and Excel, the financial progress. Next, we'll go to physical progress. Physical progress, this is the same template which we have been sharing as DICs in Excel template, quarter-wise, quarter 1, quarter 2, quarter 3, and quarter 4. So target and achieved will be there for each quarter. And these are the parameters against which we are entering the target. So this shows a state where you can, when the quarter 3 comes, this will be automatically activated. Like when it becomes October, this will automatically be activated, and you can click and edit and enter the targets. Okay. Again, the DIC admin can approve it. So once approved, you cannot go back and revise your target. At the end of that quarter, you can enter this achieved panel will be active and you can enter the achieved target. Then the difference between target and achieved will be automatically computed by the website and will show whether you achieved above the target or below the target. Okay. But you cannot go ahead and update in for the quarter that has not yet arrived in the calendar. So this will be activated as per the calendar as of today. And again, you can go back and see your previous years here by using this filter. You can also download this table as PDF or Excel. So this is how you can type on screen and then save that information. Again, there is an option, there is a warning before approve as well for the admin. And there is a provision to approve and go ahead and cancel. Here also, if you click the I symbol, you can see who entered that data if you want to check. Then if you are choosing resubmit, if you do not want to approve and you want to inform the data entry person to relook into the data, you can type a message. You can click resubmit, type a message, give a deadline and send this request. And this information will appear in the notification panel of the data entry user. Also an email will go automatically to that person. Okay, so this is in case the data is wrong and you want to, within the DIC, you want to inform the data entry user to relook and resubmit. So this is how it's a sample message and you can give a due date and then send that request. Next is the UCs section. So here you have three entries for recurring UC, non-recurring UC, and the PFMS status, which is the screenshot from PFMS. So here again, upload button will be there and you can click upload. Once uploaded, you will see a preview and there will be an edit option. You will see who has uploaded with the date, and the DIC admin user can click and view this. And if it's fine, go ahead and approve it. If it's not fine, can request the person uploaded to resubmit it. And again, if once the DIC admin approves it, DIC status will be approved and the ministry status, it will become visible to the ministry. Okay, so once you have approved, you cannot change this information again with respect to the UCs also. So this is the preview, how you can see the uploaded information. And request to resubmit if you want to inform your data entry user to to re-upload the information if something is wrong. So this is internal with respect to the DIC. Then another workflow is the revalidation request, which comes from the ministry. In case you have shared the UCs, which was approved also, and it goes to the ministry, and then the ministry requests you to relook or revalidate. So the ministry from the MOE panel can raise a revalidation request of a UC, which is usually for the past years, previous year, if there is any issue like that. So you receive a notification like this in the notification panel along with all other notification. And once you click that, the year will get active again, even if it is a past year, and you will have the upload provision reopened again. Okay, so again, you will have to upload the recurring, non-recurring UC and PFMS update of the revalidation requested of that year. And you can also see, if you expand, you can also see the past data, past UC which you have uploaded, which you cannot edit and remove. The record will remain, but you have a provision to upload the corrected UC. So the revalidation request may come with a custom message from the ministry, which when you click that information, you will see that information. Next is the report section in documents. So report is our annual report, which is a PDF file or a Word file. So as each year progresses, the year will appear at the top and you'll have a provision to click and upload. Again, the workflow is the same. You can edit till the DIC admin approves it. Once approved, it goes to the ministry. You can download and ask for resubmit, and the workflow remains the same. So there's a preview of how the report look. some warning message. Next, we'll go to the information sections. So these are the where you will have to upload and maintain accurate data throughout the year, as and when you have any changes in the information. The previous document section is the quarterly updates, mandatory requirements which you have to share to the ministry. So these are sections which you can update anytime in the information panel. So you don't need to wait for a quarter, or so it will be active all the time. So first it starts with spokes information. So we'll have the hub and the spoke, coordinator name, email, all that. All this information will be uploaded already from the backend in the beginning of the portal. If any new spoke is added, you can click add spoke, and here you can write the name of the spoke, coordinator name and username, and upload the reference letter from the PAB minutes as a proof that this spoke is being approved. So once you enter that information, the spokes information will be updated. The next one is the courses section. So here you can add a new course here. So you can see, you can enter and maintain this information always up to date. So you have name of the course, which semester it was offered, which year, number of students, names and emails of students, and the data approval workflow, which is the same as before. Yes, so when you click the student's name, you will see the name of the student and the email ID. So this is one requirement which is needed. So if you click new course, you can enter the course name, year, and upload a list of students with email address. The count will be picked up automatically from the CSV file, and that would be reflected in the data. If you do not want to upload it bulk, if there are only few students, you can also type the student name on screen and type the email ID and enter as well. Again, once the DIC admin verifies this data and approves it, so this cannot be edited further. Next is a workshop section similar to courses. So you have name of the workshop, date when the workshop was offered, the duration of the workshop, number of participants, participant name, and you have the DIC status. To click new workshop, you can see enter the data. This is the list of participants. You click new workshop, you can enter the name, year, all these details, upload the list of all participants if you have bulk many users, or you can type it on screen. Again, the count will be picked up automatically. And once the DIC admin verifies, again, it cannot be edited. Next is the projects section. So projects meaning these are the projects which are initiated by the DIC and incubated at the DIC or supported by the DIC. So here there is provision to enter the name of the project, a two-line description, the year when the project was initiated, and the members involved, name of the users, members of those projects, and TRL status. I'll come to that. Then the workflow of the DIC status is the same. Okay, so you have some icons here, whether this project has turned into a startup. So then there is a startup symbol here. Okay, and if this project has been a technology from this has been transferred, maybe sold to a company or licensed to a startup, there will be a technology transferred icon here. All these are the information you will be entering when you add a new project here. Okay. Then you can see the TRL stage 1 to 9. We have used the same TRL levels as which we have to enter as institutes for the AICTE ranking and the Atal innovation ranking. So we are following the same TRL status descriptions. So if you click here, you can see that TRL information. So if you click the technology transfer, you will see from DIC to which entity the technology has been transferred and what is the transfer type, whether the patent has been transferred or the design registration, etc. This is a view if you click the TRL status information. So you can see which status the project, the stage the project is set at the moment. And then accordingly, you can choose the TRL status here. Okay, so from idea stage to full commercial application, which has been tested and available for consumers. So all the 9 stages are there. Then there is a view of how you are entering this information. So you can type in the name of the project description, choose the year it was initiated and which quarter. If the project continues over different quarters, okay, so you can keep clicking this. Okay, so if it's so there'll be projects which will be there for 1 year or before it takes off as a startup, or there may be short projects for 1 month. So as the period crosses, when it becomes July of that particular year, these buttons will get activated and you can click this. So you do not need to enter this data again as a new project for that quarter. You just have to keep adding the quarters here by editing this. Then you can enter the member's name, choose the technology readiness level here. If you choose the technology transferred field as yes, further information, form will appear where you have to enter to whom it was transferred to, the name of the entity, website, what is the transfer type, okay, which has these 5 categories which we have included: patent, design registration, copyright, trademarks, and anything other which is not falling under any of the above. Okay. And patent name also can be searched, and it will auto suggest when you have entered the patents information. If it's already entered in the patents menu, it will start auto suggesting. So next is the patent information. So here you can maintain a list of the patents, patent name, patent registration number, filing date, the applicant name, type of the patent, whether it's a provisional, final, India patent or US patent, what is the status, filed, granted, expired, or is it denied, or is it licensed. Then the DIC workflow. If the technology is transferred, again the technology transfer symbol will come. If this has been licensed to a startup, the startup symbol. This is the new patent adding form. So here you have the name of the patent, can type in and enter registration number, patent filing date, applicant name, type of the patent, status. If technology transferred, if you choose yes, further fields will open up, and you can enter the name of the entity to which it is transferred. Next is the startups section. So here you can maintain list of startups. Information needed are name of the startup with website, registered name of the startup, the SIN number, company identification number, address, registered address, name of directors, incorporation date of the company, and the role of the DIC, whether it is a DIC initiated project which turned to a startup, or is it a DIC supported startup. That is, if the startup was already formed outside of the DIC and you're supporting it financially or through any other mentorship or any other way, this will DIC supported can be chosen, or other. So here, if you click the I symbol, information will be provided on what this means. Initiated is a startup initiated supported by DIC. DIC supported is a startup not initiated by DIC but supported by DIC after its initiation. Other is any other entity which supported by DIC, which is not a spoke institution, is the other category. So here is how the new startup adding form would look. Name of the startup, website, the SIN number, address, director's name, and you can choose the DIC role. If you choose DIC initiated, a new field will open up which to link it, hyperlink it to the project name from the project section. So as you type the name of the project, it will start suggesting the existing projects from the project data and you can link it. So this information is used to show the startup symbol in the project section. So you can connect the two information, link the two information. That is, this project has become a startup now. Next section in the information panel is on any collaborations with any other organization, like with any other innovation council or say adult tinkering lab or a local school or any other institution which is not a spoke institution. So just the name and the type of collaboration, a brief text. So this is how you can add a new collaboration. Click this thing, type the name of the organization and just write a brief 2-line description. Then other information involves any other reports or data which the ministry may request time and then, which is not part of the annual and the quarterly updates which we have to mandatorily share. For example, like the toy industry survey report, etc. If such an information request is raised by ministry, it will come in the notification panel, and in the other information panel, an upload button with the name of that section, an upload provision will be open. So here you will have the upload button. Once you upload it, again the workflow is the same. And these are like the past such requests which will be archived. So only the active request from the ministry to upload any particular information will be shown here. So there's a preview of that report. You can see, you can download, and the workflow, approval workflow is the same. Next is the user panel. So the DIC menu had the document and information. Next is the user panel, where you can maintain the list of users from your DIC. So the coordinator will be there, but other data entry users can be added as many as you need. There is no limit that we have set right now, but we'll see later if most people need only very few numbers, we can set a limit. But right now there is no limit set. So we can add a user, select the role, whether it will be a data entry user or coordinator, and that so a portal access will be generated for them, and they can log in by creating a password for themselves using the email entered here. But admin will only be one user. Next, we have a download report section. So any data that you have uploaded in the document section or information section, you can select those that you need for whichever year and download them as PDF. Preview of that. Such a report will be auto-generated. Then we have DIC profile, which is from the feedback that we received in January. It is not part of the dashboard requirement, but more to have a single window where you can update the information of your DIC. So we will then take this data to the NDIN portal and try to link it. So this is, we may not have it in the first version, but we will try to have this also inside the same portal. So in one window, you are updating this information. So about your DIC and some photos and information on area, and any condition, what facilities are there, any press release, news, etc. So this will reflect in the DIC menu in NDIN page. So we'll try to achieve this in this. So this is how you can type and enter and maintain this information. Adding facilities. Yeah. So any questions? If you would like me to go to any particular screen?
वही एक छोटी सी रिक्वेस्ट है, आप लोग इसको देख लीजिए, क्योंकि स्कोप के प्रोस्पेक्टिव से क्या इनपुट्स आप लोग दे सकते हैं वो बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है। हब के रिस्पेक्ट में तो आप समझ में आ जाएगा, हब उसको हैंडल कर सकते हैं। स्पोक्स के लिए कितना बेनिफिशियल है, क्या हम स्पोक से भी एंट्री पूरी तरह से करवाएं, इसमें कंट्रोल दिलवाएं? तो अभी तक तो हब की एंट्री मैक्सिमम दिखाई जा रही है, इसमें स्पोक एंट्री करेगा लेकिन फिर वही होगा, फिर डुप्लीकेसी स्टार्ट हो जाएगी। अब भी वो चीज डाल रहा है, स्पोक भी वही चीज डाल रहा है।
मुझे लगता है कि स्पोक को इंडिविजुअल देना चाहिए, वो अपनी सारी चीजों को डाले।
कुमारी, just write down the feedback which they are suggesting कि there is also a user interface for spokes.
Yeah.
And the spokes report will merge with the hub. We can use that thing. Other.
So right now, we have we'll duplicate the same thing.
लेकिन अब डाटा एंट्री आप अपनी करेंगे, आप अपनी करेंगे, आप अपनी करेंगे। अप्रूवल हमारा हो सकता है।
Just like if hub is entering some data, ministry is the approval, last approval by the ministry. Same thing is followed by the spokes. If spokes is entering some data, then hub will approve the data.
And during the approval, redundancy can be just pointed out. It has been duplicated.
That's why we have created a label for approval.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, we can do that. We'll just create one
because,
more hierarchy.
if you are not giving a spoke entry authorization, then the workload will increase on the hub.
Yeah.
Ah.
That is the other way.
So what we have planned is we have the exact same, we treat the spoke just like the hub. Spoke will get a login and data entry user, and the data of the spoke will be visible to ministry. But we do not have an approval of the spoke data by the hubs. So that is needed. Then visibility would be to the hub, and then combined information will be visible to.
Approval you will see.
Yes, that should be the process. Yes. वर्कफ्लो ऐसे ही होना है मतलब हमारा काम ये अप्रूव करें और उसके बाद ये जब अप्रूव करें तब
और ये अप्रूवल के समय क्यों सारा कुछ देख लेंगे क्या एरर है क्या डुप्लीकेसी है क्या रिडंडेंसी है
Because Jahid sir is here. Sir, I am requesting to you, if possible, please give your comments also.
No, I feel what ministry wants is a report of a DIC.
Yeah.
Not interested in which spoke is doing what work. They would like to have a comprehensive report.
मुझे end-to-end information चाहिए.
So there should be specific sections when we are requiring the report of a DIC. It should be a combined report. Some informations which are required from individual spokes that can be asked from the spokes and passed on to you.
Sir, I think your point is genuine, but we are trying to reduce the workload from the hub. If there is no staff, how you are going to enter everything? Because in this dashboard, you have to upload the student name also, patent details, status, everything.
There is a provision for data entry people or in different DICs. So these informations as a user, they can be uploaded by the spokes, and as we approve the data from anybody who has entered, we can do it at our end.
The same thing that we are suggesting to.
हम लोग यही बात कर रहे हैं कि जैसे अभी प्रोसेस ये हो रहा है कि जो डीआईसी हब है वो अपना डाटा फीड करेंगे कंसर्न डीआईसी हब और उसको मिनिस्ट्री अप्रूव करेगी, लेकिन अगर सब हब अपना अपने स्कोप का भी डाटा करेंगे तो हब की लायबिलिटी थोड़ी सी ज्यादा बढ़ेगी. तो
मैंने आपको बताया ना, यूजर्स आपको मिलेंगे ना, आपके अंदर डेटा एंट्री के लिए यूजर्स हैं.
सर आपकी बात सही सर, लेकिन ये सारे डीआईसी के साथ पॉसिबल नहीं हो रहा है ऑल इंडिया डीआईसी.
सर का जो पॉइंट है
पॉइंट सही है.
सर बोले कि आप अप्रूवल डीआईसी में हब में एक अप्रूवल हो जाए और जो स्पोक है वो डेटा एंट्री हो जाए.
सर वही हम बताना चाह रहे हैं. आप जो कह रहे हैं
at the tertiary level, you can clearly see that there can be several data entry people. So we should give this right to the spokes. They can put all the relevant data. We'll simply approve it and they will form a consolidated report of the particular DIC.
सर यही बात हम लोग भी कर रहे हैं कि जो स्पोक है उसको ये राइट दिया जाए कि वो अपना डाटा एंट्री करे और जो डीआईसी हब है वो उसको अप्रूव करेगा, देन मिनिस्ट्री विल चेक.
Yeah.
स्पोक को अपना डाटा खुद एंट्री करना चाहिए.
मुझे लग रहा है मनीष जी वही बात मैं बोल रहा हूँ, वही चीज आप भी बोल रहे हैं, फिर मैं वही बोल रहा हूँ, फिर वही आप बोल रहे हैं.
सर यही बात मैंने पहले शुरू की थी, मुझे लगता है सुनने में कहीं कंफ्यूजन हो रहा है.
I have a question for your general workflow.
Yes, Dr. Kumari.
Yeah. So DIC spokes, spokes are at different institutes, right? So they will enter. Suppose they have the exact portal as the admin. They will have the coordinator at the spoke and the data entry users. They enter the information of courses, workshops, etc. and their uses. Okay. Now, why do the hub has to approve it? Do hubs know what exactly these information are? Idea of approval within hub is you know what is happening in your DIC and you can verify and confidently approve. So this is the correct information. This is not a correct information. But for the spokes, a workshop happening in spokes and the number of students at spokes, the spokes coordinator can approve. Whether the hub's coordinator should further approve, is that level needed? Because it's just a bureaucratic step, I would say. I'm not seeing any value addition in that approval. Okay, so if for the UCs, etc., you have say released, the hub has released some amount and you want to verify requests for UCs from the spoke, then okay, approval at the hub for the document section, that is UC, financial progress, physical progress, the hub can.
You can put a better name for approval if you feel it is a little bureaucratic. But the idea is that the information that is flowing from the spokes and the hubs ultimately result in a comprehensive report from a particular DIC. That is the idea. So if you feel that approval word is correct, you can say accepted, incorporated. Some other word can be used instead of the word approved.
Okay, so but what, you know, what is it that you would want to, suppose you are not accepting, you know, what would be the reasons? Right? Do you think the data was wrong? No, because as a hub, do you have that information to make that judgment? Right. So if you want to add, you know, idea is you collect all the information that, you know, which is of the activities that are happening in DICs. So if you are filtering off, if the hub is filtering off the spokes, you may lose some data.
So as far as our flow of information and work culture is concerned, any information that is complete, that will be automatically accepted in that DIC.
Okay, so you're only looking at completion, right? In terms of completion, then it's fine, it's fair.
Yeah. And you can use a better term rather than approval. You can say accepted or completed, whatever phrase you want or word you want to use to replace the approved term.
जो डाटा करेगा उस कहीं ना कहीं accept
Approval basically may not be a very good word. So the report is accepted, report is incorporated, some other
वो
word.
करना पड़ेगा क्योंकि अगर आप वेरीफाई नहीं करेंगे तो आपको एंड में तो आप ही को देना है ना. अब वो या तो आप डैशबोर्ड पर उसको अप्रूव
Then
करें.
there is another question for the accepted or approval process. If I put the data is there and maybe there is something maybe mismatch the data or maybe as per the information by us, it needs some update within 24 or 48 hours. So then what is the fixed time for the approver as a ministry, as a DIC hub?
We haven't set a timeline. It will be a workflow. So at any time, you know, the ministry person may look only once a month or once a week for the information panel, right? UCs will be if they are asking for a UC by certain deadline and you have sent it.
वो तो एक लेटर के फॉर्म में आपके पास इंफॉर्मेशन चली जाएगी, बट जब इंफॉर्मेशन आप अपलोड कर रहे हैं देन टिल आवर अप्रूवल.
वो कब तक?
ऐसा कोई टाइमलाइन नहीं.
6 दिन 10 दिन. कई बार ऐसा होता है कि हमने कोई डाटा डाला, डाटा डालने के बाद सुबह समझ में आया अरे यार इसकी रिपोर्ट्स में कहीं यहाँ से होने या 2 पेज छूट गए. ये सब होता है बहुत ज्यादा. कभी कभी डाटा ऐसा इमरजेंसी में मांगा जाता है कि 2 दिन के अंदर रिपोर्ट देनी है. तो जब आज रात को जमा कर दी, चलो अभी निश्चिंत रात को याद आया, सोते सोते या सुबह याद आया 2 पेज छूट गए, अब हम उसको एडिट कैसे करें? जस्ट लाइक आप फ्री हैं, आपने रात को अप्रूव कर दिया, तो कोई सर्टेन टाइम होना चाहिए. जो डाटा गया हुआ है उसको 2 दिन का टाइम दिया जा रहा है. इसके बाद क्या हर संडे डाटा अप्रूव होगा? कहानी का जस्ट लाइक आइडिया. अब मान लिया हर मंडे को डाटा अप्रूव होगा या हर 15 तारीख को हमारा डाटा जस्ट लाइक
मान लिया सर ने बीनो ने भी अप्रूव कर दिया, मिनिस्ट्री ने, उसके बाद भी तो कुछ
अप्रूवल डन बाय मिनिस्ट्री. Then what are the possibilities within some days, maybe 2-3 days or a week? If there is something required with the proper process, the changes are required. Then what are the possibilities of for editing there?
So we can, if you can send a request, if the workflow has been completed, you can just send a request. We'll have a support menu here. So you can send a request and we will send the edit you want to do. Okay. So we will make sure in that support form, that email that will go as an email to the ministry. So if they approve it, the data will come to us and we will reopen that edit option for you.
It's fine.
Dr. Kumari?
Yeah.
Yeah. Once the data has been approved by the ministry,
yes,
and we want to make a correction in that,
Same
is
thing.
it possible for the ministry to again open it for us, or it has to be the request has to go to you? Can it be inbuilt that, let's say we have put some information and we feel that the information need to be augmented, we can, and it has been approved, later we came to realize that yeah, we could have added more information, we can send an email to the ministry to again open the data structure for us so that we can augment it
That,
or
um,
correct it.
yeah, so that
Is it
option
possible?
is available for the UC, where the ministry can reopen that and send a request, okay, after
Only for
approval.
you.
UCs. We have not done that for all other workflow because it will increase our cost. Okay, so we will see, if we will check with our developers, if there is no cost implication for us, we can have the same workflow for everything.
Yeah,
If there
please,
is a
please try to
significant
do that.
cost implication, we will do it manually. Okay, so manually, as in the website itself, there will be a form, support form, where you can enter, choose the section and say this is the change, and we get that information, and there will be a check by the ministry. Once we get, we update it from backend. We can either update it from backend, or we can reopen in the front end. We'll
So
see.
please,
We
please
will
try
work it
to
out. Yeah.
please try to evaluate this possibility from the developers, because it will make things very easy. If the information has been approved and we feel that something more has to be added, then the ministry can open it for us and we can
Yeah.
uh,
The
redo that.
advantage of this is you don't have to do it on a deadline. You have 365 days to keep entering as and when you have time. So such issues may not come as much. Maybe initially, after it is launched, that you have entering the information in bulk, maybe such issues may come. But over time, then such deadline based work will not happen, and you are in the liberty to upload it at your own time. Take your own time to approve. There's no hurry to approve, but by a deadline also. Okay. So, except for the document section, which the ministry requests, physical progress, UC, and financial. So, rest all information at any time of your convenience you can update. So, these are not with a deadline, but it is just for the convenience of the ministry that anytime they can see what each DICs are doing. So the approval is not very deadline bound. So when once you're sure, you can do it. So we'll see how the first year goes. We
No,
can see.
one more thing. One more thing. Although I'm rather going into the actual working of the dashboard, the ministry, if they want to have a view of the information, is it necessary for them to approve and then view, or they can view it as such?
Once the DIC has approved the data,
Yes.
like this DIC role, the data is visible to ministry.
Okay.
So they
Even
can view
without
it.
their approval.
Yes.
Okay. Fine.
नहीं ये जो हम हार्ड कॉपी की रिपोर्ट भेजते हैं वर्चुअल रिपोर्ट
this is confidential data na, all the data are confidential.
Yes, it
is
is
not-
only visible to
Not in the any
the
public domain.
users.
not in the any public domain, yeah.
No, it is only because we have account verification, email verification is there as one step to authorize the users who are the DIC coordinators. And the coordinators add the data entry users, again has to be email verified. So only approved users have access to this data. Okay, so nobody can hack or take or anything. That will be an insecure server. That will not be a problem.
One of our technical assistant is here, Ankit. Ankit,
mute है, सो गया.
फ्रीज हो गया उसका फ्रेम मेरे ख्याल से.
नहीं हिल रहा है.
Dr. Kumari,
Yes, yeah.
the user, once he has put the data, he can always view whatever data he has or she has put up, or
Yeah, so
after it has been approved, it will go away from his dashboard.
we have not done the disappearance of data. So
Okay.
the person, the data entry user will have access to
Okay.
all of this information.
Any data put up by a particular user will be always visible to him or her.
Yes.
Okay.
हम तो कभी भी अपना डेटा
वही
But
सेम
the
क्वेश्चन.
data entry user will not have access to user planning, will not be there.
Yeah, that we can.
वो
It will
हमारा
only
कोई
be
डेटा देखेगा.
अभी इस पर नहीं.
documents and
आप टीम जो है वो आपकी टीम.
ये पांचों एक दूसरे का डेटा देख सकते हैं.
हाँ, वो अभी तो स्पोक की एंट्री हो रही है कि नहीं हो रही, इस पर देखना है. पर एक यूजर दूसरे यूजर का नहीं देख सकता. अगर वो एक यूजर की तरह एंट्री हो रही है तो वो आपका नहीं दे सकती, और आप उसका दे सकते हैं जब भी आप अप्रूवल है तो.
वो तो अपने 4 का देखूंगा, लेकिन ये कल को
एक
मेरा
दूसरे का नहीं देखेंगे. और डेटा एंट्री जब एक बार अप्रूवल हो जाएगा तो डेटा एंट्री लेवल पर जो होगा वो उसके लिए विजिबल, वो सब ज्यादा कुछ नहीं कर सकता. और कुछ
तो मेरी तरफ से ओके है. अदरवाइज अंकित विल गिव.
जय सर, एनी फर्दर क्वेश्चन?
No, I think I had a very comprehensive dialogue, and most of my doubts are. The only thing is that as I have suggested, to make it really flawless and very smoothly flowing, if without much of development work, if this feature can be added, that the ministry people can be requested, and once you can say de-approve, we can again put the data for it. Let's say some mistake is there and we want to augment or delete some data, and we make a request and they de-approve and make it open.
We will consider your request, sir.
Yes.
Kumari, we can add something there. If somebody is already uploaded any wrong data, so there will be an option to upload a new data there.
Yeah, we'll check if you MOE can reopen the edit option. We'll check if not much cost implication. We'll do that because
okay,
be there in all pages.
Any further question, please? Thank you, Kumari, for your precious time, and we hope so soon we will get you fund. So UCO process is completed, I think so.
The CNA thing, right?
Yeah, CNA.
Yeah. So they are supposed to get the account forms today signed. I need to talk to them. But the signatory, everything is arranged. All the data, they wanted some letter about who is the signatory.
Professor Gurumurthy told me that he will send some letter, something there from Account Finance Department.
Yes. So the bank wanted a letter stating this person is the signatory, which is a financial contract.
No problem. As soon as your bank account is open and linked with the CNA account, then we will start the second stage. Okay, Kumari, thank you for your time and.
Thank you, Kumari. Thank you, Ankush.
Thank you very much.
Yes, sir. जय सर, हम लोग आपसे रिक्वेस्ट है कि थोड़ी देर के लिए रहिए.
Kumari, you can leave, no problem. We will continue.
Thank you. Yeah.
जाहिर सर, अभी अंडर सेक्रेटरी सर फिर से ज्वाइन कर रहे हैं.
ओके.
तो हम
4:30 बजे उनके साथ इंट्रोडक्शन होगा, लेकिन तब तक हम चाहते हैं कि जो यहाँ पे लोग अवेलेबल है वो अपना इंट्रोडक्शन आपको भी दे दें, जिससे पता चल जाए. लेकिन मैं पहले जहीर सर का इंट्रोडक्शन दे दूं. आप सब लोग पहली बार उनसे मुलाकात कर रहे हैं. कुछ लोग मिल चुके, आप पहले मिल चुके. और प्रोफेसर डॉक्टर जहीर सर जो है हमारे यहाँ IIT मैकेनिकल इंजीनियरिंग में सीनियर एसोसिएट प्रोफेसर है, और साथ ही साथ कोऑर्डिनेटर DIC हैं, और भी बहुत सारे काम में हैं. और सर हमारे साथ आज तीनों स्पोक्स यहाँ फुल फ्लेज अवेलेबल है. हमने सुबह ठीक 10 बजे IIT इलाहाबाद में डॉक्टर सुनील यादव जी और प्रोफेसर नीतीश पुरोहित जी के साथ वहाँ अच्छे से उनका काम वगैरह वो सब देखा, और जो भी स्क्रूटनी का किया. कुछ PFMS प्रोसेस में उनके यहाँ प्रॉब्लम थी, उसको शॉर्ट आउट कराया, और वो विद इन ए वीक उसको ठीक कर देंगे. उसके बाद इलाहाबाद यूनिवर्सिटी में आए, इन लोगों के साथ भी किया थोड़ा. इनका ऑब्जर्वेशन कुछ सीरियस मोड में वो मिनट्स में भी आएगा, तो वो थोड़ा सा इनको थोड़ा एक्टिव करना है। और अभी सिविल सर के पास MNIT में बैठे हैं अभी अगर अंडर सेक्रेटरी सर जुड़ते हैं इन सबके इंट्रोडक्शन के बाद तो हम लोग फिर सिविल सर के काम और जो उनका फाइनेंस से रिलेटेड डाटा है वो देखेंगे। तो अब मैं चाहूंगा कि एक बार सब लोग अपना अपना इंट्रोडक्शन दे दीजिए सर। अवसर
Myself, Dr. Arora, I am a TIC's project coordinator in Master. I am Professor M.P. Singh, Center of Biotechnology, University of Allahabad.
Yes.
थोड़ी देर में
I have recently joined as a coordinator, rural innovation DIC, one of the partner of DIC in Allahabad University, rural center RIC.
Good evening, Jai sir.
Yeah. Wish.
Nice to see you. After so long, nice to see you. Right. So I'm looking after DIC
Yes.
center at MNIT Allahabad.
Yes, sure.
Good evening, sir. So this is Dr. Sunil Yadav.
Hello.
I'm IIIT Allahabad, so I'm looking after all the DIC activities at IIIT Allahabad.
Okay.
You think?
Namaskar, sir. Nitesh here.
Yes.
So we can get something.
Thank you.
सर DIC IIIT का एक लेटेस्ट अचीवमेंट क्या है कि 2 दिन पहले दिल्ली में बहुत बड़ा वो क्या था ड्रोन महोत्सव था जिसको ऑनरेबल PM सर ने किया था इनॉग्रेट और मतलब पूरा इंटरेक्शन। तो उसमें इनका जो ड्रोन के ऊपर काफी अच्छा प्रोटोटाइप वगैरह बन के अभी स्टार्टअप हो गया है। तो उसका वहां पे बहुत अच्छा डिस्प्ले था और बच्चे सब अभी सुबह ही वापस आए। एग्रीकल्चर बेस्ड ड्रोन है जिसको वो शेयर करेंगे तो मैं फिर आगे आपको करूंगा।
Okay. So what type of support did the DIC give to those students?
Sir, so we started designing the drone from scratch, starting from the
Completely funded by DIC or there were industrial partners also?
No, so it is fully funded by the DIC. Then we incubated as a startup, and now we are supporting the same.
Okay, fine.
It's a totally a DIC product.
Because in our case, what is happening is that we start as an activity like a DIC, and then many private industries actually come forward and start supporting. So it really becomes a dilemma whether to call it as a DIC achievement or I mean, DIC initiated achievement.
So initially, because we started, we designed, we went for the various different exhibitions as well to show this particular prototype. Then we incubated, so it's an official we incubated. Then it is a startup. Now they have registered as a startup. Now we are, because as per the DIC activity, so you need to fund also, or maybe support as a financially to some startup. So because we have already designed this thing, we incubated this thing, so now we are supporting the same. So although there are few other agencies which are also funding the same, but
Sir, के साथ
Okay. Great. Manish sir, you are muted probably, or you are talking among yourself.
अच्छा नहीं वो वहां से बंद है।
अच्छा
तो-
नहीं I thought you are talking among yourself.
कंट्रोल नहीं कंट्रोल मैं आप ही से बात कर रहा था। तो मैं बता रहा था कि IIIT के जो ड्रोन वाला काम है उसमें खास बात ये है कि ये बच्चे इनके साथ शुरू से लगे फ्रॉम बीटेक। बीटेक में किसी और तरीके का वो प्रोजेक्ट था ड्रोन, फिर एमटेक में थोड़ा सा और अच्छा हुआ, उनको और प्रोत्साहन मिला कंपटीशन में, और फाइनली अब वो PhD भी कर रहे हैं और ड्रोन उसमें आगे बढ़ रहा। तो इस तरीके से काफी अच्छा कोलैबोरेशन रहा। बच्चे वो शुरू से ही जुड़े हैं फ्रॉम द 5 to 6 ईयर।
बहुत बढ़िया।
2015 से they are working actually 2015 onwards.
हमने मेल और व्हाट्सएप कर दिया।
तो वो एक काफी अच्छा सर एक है।
सर का फोन ही नहीं लग रहा।
So in IIT BHU, we have got an NCL IIT BHU incubation center. So they are also doing excellent work, and they are doing work in field. So there is a village in Singrauli district where they are actually using their own right from design stage to fabrication stage. They have developed drones, and they are using it in the fields of the farmers for spraying the insecticides and for other purposes. So they've got good amount of payload also. But they are doing the work in field. That is, there is a village near Singrauli district, in the Singrauli district. So there they are doing good work. So I'll share some information about that also.
बात करेगी
फिर हमारे PFMS वाला कुछ देखना अभी पहले
उसी समय देखेंगे
उनके सामने
उनके सामने कुछ नहीं देखा।
हाँ अरे कहा हमें स्पेशली हम लोग स्पेशली प्रिविलेज मत करवाइए
वो इंटरनल मैटर उनके सामने।
जहीर सर आपकी चाय कॉफी ड्यू रही।
हाँ मैं नोट कर रहा हूँ कि क्या क्या खा रहे हैं आप लोग, तो उसका मैं आई एम मेकिंग अ नोट ऑफ इट। और आप लोग भी वेलकम हैं, आप आइए, हम लोग यहाँ भी बैठते हैं। एक्चुअली थोड़ा सा हम लोग इसको अब चाह रहे थे कि नाउ दैट इट इज एंटरिंग इनटू अ न्यू फेज, so we should have more closer coordinations, and we should do activities where we join hands actually, because most of our activities are in bits and pieces. So let us do some joint activities where you are very good, some other institute we are good, we can join hands and do some outreach activities which have got a larger audience.
सर अभी नीतीश सर से हम लोग बातचीत हो रही थी, तो जो MSME वाली आपकी अभी वो होने वाली है, तो हम सोच रहे थे कि हम पांचों लोग उसमें साथ में काफी एक्टिवली होकर काम करें, और
Yes.
ये सब लोग भी वहाँ इसी बहाने बनारस आए और फिर हम लोग अच्छे
बिल्कुल।
काम को कर पाए।
बिल्कुल, that is a very good initiation.
उसको मैं चाहूंगा कि मतलब आपके गाइडेंस में जरूरत होगी मेरी तो ठीक है, तो हम लोग मिलकर साथ में ऐसे प्लान किया जाए कि वो पांचों लोगों की बड़ी एक्टिविटी, इसमें इन्वॉल्वमेंट पांचों का लगे।
जी जी
ज्वाइन कर रहे हैं
कर रहे हैं सर, मुझे लगता है 2-4 मिनट लगेगा, अंडर सेक्रेटरी सर ज्वाइन कर रहे हैं।
ठीक है।
अंकित यू आर हियर। वो 3-3 मनीष अरोड़ा के नाम से टीवी लगी एक है तो दूसरा तय करो, तो है बता दिया उसकी वही करता है। अभी एक सीनियर ऑफिसर ज्वाइन करेंगे तो उनको लेटिंग कर देना है ना यार। पानी दिया बोला पानी अब इसकी उपयोगिता कमी होनी भी चाहिए। तो देखिए ना कहा तो सब ऑफलाइन सेशन स्टार्ट हो गए हैं।
भाई बच्चों को बुलाओ, खाना भी तो खिलाना है उनको। इसका टेंडर नहीं हुआ, भाई खाना बनने
इसलिए ऑनलाइन
इसलिए बच्चे जो जैसे ही
Good afternoon, sir.
गुड आफ्टरनून। जय साहब, आप भी इलाहाबाद में ही हैं?
नहीं सर, मैं वर्चुअली मैं बनारस में ही हूँ,
बनारस में।
ऑफिस में हूँ अपने, और वर्चुअली कनेक्टेड हूँ।
चलिए, तो आपने भी जाना था ना उधर, देख के आते जरा।
नहीं, मैं विजिट कर चुका हूँ, लेकिन इस बार मैं नहीं जा पाया बिकॉज कुछ इंगेजमेंट्स थे यहाँ पे ऑफिशियल। हमारे यहाँ असल में पीएचडी एडमिशन चल रहे हैं
अच्छा।
और उसमें मैं असिस्ट कर रहा हूँ, तो इस वजह से नहीं जाना हो पाया मेरा।
अच्छा, वेलकम सर फॉर द सेशन। डियर ऑल, मैं आपको इंट्रोड्यूस करना चाहता हूँ हमारे अंडर सेक्रेटरी श्री संदीप जैन सर। He is the he is responsible for our scheme right now from the Ministry of Education. और ये सेशन बेसिकली हम स्पोक को इंट्रोड्यूस करने के लिए रखे थे। सर विल गिव अ स्मॉल ब्रीफ मोटिवेशन और इंस्ट्रक्शन टू यू, यू कैन एक्सेप्ट एज यू वांट। सर, ये सेशन हम इनिशिएट कर रहे हैं टू इंट्रोड्यूस द एक्टिविटी डन बाय स्पोक्स, एंड फर्दर मॉर्निंग में जो हमने अभी तक एक्टिविटी की है, जिसको ब्रीफ में श्री मनीष अरोड़ा एक्सप्लेन करेंगे इस सेशन का। एंड फर्दर फिर सर आप जो सजेस्ट करेंगे वी कैन कंटिन्यू फर्दर दैट ऑन। मैं हैंड ओवर कर रहा हूँ प्रोफेसर मनीष अरोड़ा को to give a brief activity which is done today.
Very good evening, sir. Welcome the EIC, IIT, BHU and BHU with the spoke partners. Right now we are here at Motilal Nehru National Institute of Technology, Allahabad in Prayagraj, UP. With us, our spoke partners, and online mode, our respective senior professor, Dr. Jahir Khan sir, also joined from IIT, BHU. Today morning we will start at sharp at 10 from Indian Institute of Information Technology at Prayagraj, and with us Dr. Sunil Yadav is here and Professor Nitesh Purohit are here. Both are the coordinator and senior board member of the DIC committee. We examine their overall progress report, including the latest achievement in the year 2021-22. And the recent achievement done by DIC Triple IT Allahabad. Day before yesterday, the drone Mahotsav inaugurated by Honorable PM of India, and one of the drone developed in Triple ITA has displayed there, and PM visited that stall also as per the information provided by the participant students. And after that, we checked the overall account performances and PFMS related things. And whatever the suggestions given by me and Jahir, Nitesh sir, the account section will adopt it soon, and hopefully within a week some account things, related things will settle down. Now I am requesting to both of the respected persons from the DIC Triple IT, please brief about yourself and some of the major achievements, just like.
Good evening, sir. This is Dr. Sunil Yadav. I'm assistant professor in the Department of Electronics and Communication at Triple IT Allahabad, and I'm the coordinator of this DIC Spoke at Triple IT Allahabad. So we have throughout last 4 or 5 years we have achieved several awards and achievements. The major achievement which we have done is the one technology transfer, which is now commercialized as a 3D printer from the ITI Mankapur, and this drone which we have developed. We also filed few patents, and few patents are in line to develop, to file basically. And we are also working towards some of the key technologies which are going to be implemented in the next generation technologies. So this is the brief which we have developed and which we are actually trying to develop in the next few years.
Thank you. Yes, sir, if you are a
Namaskar, sir. Nitesh Purohit. Since the beginning, I have been attached with this DIC, and we have conducted several activities in the Triple IT Allahabad. Professor Arora will tell you we have been engaging a lot of faculty members and a lot of the students, and we are working in the diverse field, starting from electronics to the information technology, biotechnology, bioinformatics, and we are funding a lot of projects. Unfortunately, several projects have reached to a level, as you said, one technology will agree transfer. There are a few prototypes which have been almost developed to a level of commercialization. And there are some recent research. For example, one e-note system is something, a very innovative research done by one of our faculty, and basic technology was published in 19 transition. And our team at the IC provided support in actually making systems for it. We have also involved in our team MEMS, library, and doctors. So this is the way actually we are very seriously taking it up and we are taking it forward in the support days. So thank you very much. And definitely in support of with support of all of you, we will be able to take up a very innovative program. Actually, we are launching this from this year. It is the NEP 2020 based program. And in this, we are going to launch courses of design and innovation based to further giving emphasis to systematically teach the students that how to design, innovate, and become better. So some courses already actually Manish Arora ji has developed a few models. We have been working on this. We will further refine it, and we will include it and offer it to all the students that which are going to. So we are on the right lines, and under your supervision, definitely we will try to see that what else can be done. Thank you.
Flexible academic program.
Yeah, flexible academic program. I don't think the NEP 2020 program, the name of the program is flexible academic program, and several provisions of the national education policy, like multi-exit and multi-entry, and involving several institutes, allowing some courses in the multiple languages, holistic educations, multidisciplinary education. So how all this can be done? So we at IIT Allahabad has developed a actual model here, which can be implemented. So the way we are implementing is also really.
देर साहब आवाज नहीं आ रही है
आवाज में
आ रहे हैं यहाँ से ठीक हो गया
ओके ओके थैंक यू
नहीं कर लीजिए बता दीजिए आ रहे हैं
सर कैन यू हियर मी
आवाज क्लियर नहीं
नहीं on है you can continue
sir.
So I am submitting this thing on is that with the support of DIC, we are developing the products, we are developing the teaching modules, and so we are developing the teaching modules, and we are trying to see that what are the other things that can be done. So this is all from my side. Thank you.
Thank you, Sunil sir, and thank you, Mitesh sir. Now, sir, I am introducing the DIC University of Allahabad, both of the senior person from here. Now, I am requesting to both of them, please introduce yourself. Then after that, I will brief it here.
Good evening, sir. Myself, Dr. Arora, University of Allahabad. I am taking care of DIC project coordinator. We are the new entrant as a spoke partner to DIC IIT BHU. We started to make awareness to our students. During COVID, we developed some products which are required for the that time. Like we developed the herbal hand sanitizer, we developed UV self which can be used to sterilize clothes and which can use for the paramedical stoppage as well as the for the research lab. And we also developed few products. In starting, we developed the sanitary napkin, which one was the top 15 selected for the F5 2018 Rashtrapati Bhavan for the presenting our work at that time. Now after this COVID pandemic era, now we started to work for the more focused way to make aware our student, just make them more interest to come with their new idea and pursue with the DIC. Thank you. No.
Good evening, sir. I am Professor M.P. Singh from the Center of Biotechnology, University of Allahabad, Allahabad. And Dr. Allahabad and myself, we both are from University of Allahabad. He is looking after the nanotechnology, and I am looking after the rural technology. Under the rural technology, besides the hand sanitizer and others, we are also dealing with the low-cost transfer technology to the farmers, land-to-land program. And under that program, what we did, we transferred the low-cost technology, that is the mushroom cultivation technology, and that could be grown on the paddy straw and wheat straw. And under that scheme, under the FINE, that is the Festival of Innovation and Entrepreneurship, we are selected at the Rashtrapati Bhavan. Among the 77, we are among the 10, and then after the 10, we are shortlisted to the 5, and there we have displayed the low-cost transfer technology. Again, we are working in that direction. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Thank you, sir. And sir, today, sharp at 12 noon, we started the scrutiny process of the DIC University of Allahabad and seen their projects and some of the prototypes, whatever available there. And after that, the serious scrutiny of the account related things and PFMS, the senior officer of the account section was there, and it was satisfactory. And whatever the things came out, we will put in the minutes of meeting and send to you soon. Now I'm requesting to Professor Sivesh Sharma from MNIT. Please introduce and brief it.
Good evening, sir. Myself, Shivesh Sharma. I am professor in the Department of Biotechnology. I'm professor in the Department of Biotechnology, and we welcome you, sir. And it's really a matter of great pride for all of us to present the work which we have done in last 5 to 6 years in front of you. So as far as DIC MNIT Allahabad is concerned, at the outset, I would like to mention that due to the support we received from the ministry under this particular project, MNIT Allahabad this year in the last, that is 2021 rankings of Atal ranking, we have scored top 10 rank among all the centrally funded technical institutions. And ours was the only NIT apart from NIT Trichy, which featured in that particular list of top 10 NITs. In addition to that, due to DIC, because of the DIC support and other activities, the IIC, that is Institute Innovation Council, other brainchild of Ministry of Education, we received 4-star ranking this year, and which was again the topmost ranking which was awarded to any of the institution across the country. In addition to that, sir, I would like to point out that DIC MNIT Allahabad has been able to transfer 2 technologies to the industry, and during COVID times, 2 technologies were transferred to district administration as part of our social responsibility, free of cost. We have filed 10 patents, which also includes 1 copyright, which has been registered. We have organized more than 100 activities, which include outreach activities, which includes workshops, conferences, invited lectures, various IICs activities, and to specially mention, we have been organizing 2 big events, that is at national level. That is, one is the Entrepreneurship Summit, which is again organized with the support of DIC. And from the last 2 years, we have been organizing hackathons, again with the support of DIC. We have supported more than 60 projects, that is the student projects, innovative projects, and which have resulted in various proof of concepts and other different various IPR have also been generated in the form of papers. As far as DIC is concerned, we have been able to publish more than 22 articles, that is book chapters and other publications in research journals. We have specially launched 2 courses, which includes innovation in healthcare and design, research and ethical guidelines, which are offered to final year BTech students as part of their open elective. So they are offered as open elective courses to the BTech final year students. So that's all as far as a brief snapshot of the activities at DIC MNIT Allahabad is concerned. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, everyone. Now, sir, the session is on your hand. We are Interested to listen some of your valuable inputs and suggestions for that, and after that the session end with your remarks.
Unmute.
Sir, if possible, you unmute, please.
Yeah.
Sir.
Thank you, Manish. First of all, I welcome all the participants who are participating in this program of this ministry, and also congratulate to DIC and its spokes for doing a wonderful job towards the innovation process. As we were discussing yesterday, the things are now getting changed very quickly. First of all, the system of accounting is going to be changed right now. SPA Delhi has been designated as CNA, and all DICs and spokes have to open their own accounts. So after opening the accounts, the balance which is available with the DICs and spokes is immediately required to be transferred to CNA. So the unspent balance which is lying with DIC or spoke, they have to return that amount to CNA, and again whatever their requirement is, they have to put their requirement to ministry, and we will issue the grant which you require. So first of all, you have to reassess your requirements in the light of a revised estimate which has been shared with all the DICs and spokes. We had asked for that revised estimate earlier, but we have not received the revised estimates from any of the DIC or spokes. So you are required to, first of all, finalize your requirements for 5 years. And keeping in view the thing that we have to, the endeavor of the ministry is that to get self-sustained to DICs and spokes. So what is your plan to becoming self-sustainable? You have to indicate that in your requirements. Another thing is that when we are making some innovation prototypes and whatever so we have to make linkage between industry and also publicize our innovation among the general public. This is very important, and the stress of the ministry is up to the linkage of industry and innovators. So the culture of innovation is required to be developed among the students. And this is the main motto of this scheme. So I request all of you to make our resources. Nitish, would you
Yes.
like to add something?
Yes, sir. Sir, your suggestion I will convey to them, and definitely they are moving towards it. For industry, and in coming future, IIT BHU is going to conduct an event or workshop with collaboration with the MSME. Even though their spokes partner also going to involve in this event, and they will try to transfer their technology, idea, or some and prototype, if possible, to all the MSME. And we are trying to link up with the Delhi office, MSME Delhi Ministry office, or someone to be a part of this event. And further, also their further plan is to conduct such type of activity which they are using their industrial connection to support their ideas, which is going to develop in DICs normally, which are just like end up with the prototype. So my suggestion is given to them that we need to increase the conversion of idea to a final product. Right now, they are less than a % conversion of ideas to a final product. So as a single DIC or to all the DICs, the suggestion already given to BHU and their spokes partner to increase this conversion, the conversion of their ideas to final product, and take the steps following the all the fund process, even though new technology adoption or the new era which going to conduct as a drone, which already triple IT is going proceeding further. And my suggestion given to them also to interlink with the other DIC for technology support or any guidance, because spokes are far away from the direct contact with the other DIC, though some ideas are already developed in DIC and they need some, just for example, if they need IPR approval at the processor, the fund request or any financial support also, so they can interlink with the other DIC which is have the sufficient fund to support their idea. So right now some activities are already done, and some in future also we are taking some support from top IITs and SPA to move the further on this step. And same thing is going to implement on with the other DIC in this is under this scheme. And we hope so in coming future, in within 1 year, we have a proper link up in the northern region, and same thing is going to be adopted by the other region of the India. So we are just moving as a pilot project to link up the MSME, which is already given to them, but here they have moved ahead from other DIC presently in the scheme. So and there is successful, the success story of their achievement will be transferred to everyone, and we will follow that part. And we convey every DIC to take this part and use the guideline which we have given to them. Just for example, they have to link up with the aspirational district, even though MSME champion scheme and RUSTAC, because some DIC is already dealing with the rural technology development. So we have already given it a guideline, and they will proceeding with that and using that technology and collaboration with other scheme in coming future. Thank you, sir. So sir, by this note, we are going to end up this session, and soon we will submit the write-up, all the report, a complete report to you, with including the minutes which we have conducted various meeting and review meeting with every spokes and hub, and all the compiled report and minutes will be submitted to you as soon as possible. So
Thank you, Manish. Thank you, Nitish. Thank you all for.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, Jay, sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, everybody.
चलिए
ठीक है, so I am also signing off.
हाँ इनको
Sir, thank you, sir. Thank you.